for some loan. Well, Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed, they for inside the house this morning to his response to this matter. So a lot of people they worried. We get pending projects. We don't, say most of the projects we get now, loan what they collect for China now, construction-based loans and all that. Waiting be the possibility of Nigeria moving on and completing most of these projects now without loan coming from China.
Well, first and foremost, now we put ourselves inside where we did because those projects not be seen as just the loan when China they take from our hands. They get the economic value, now build and operate. Not be say they do us one kind favor because even if you say that they collect the rent at 2.8% per annum, but make you look and say now then go build and operate for the next 20-something years. And also not only that, now then they bring all the coach, now then bring all the machineries, now then they bring all the spare parts. They part of the whole project when China they can't give us. So not
and they will still pay interest.
Of course, they'll still pay interest. Now then get the contractor. Not be saying that Nigerian the benefit. And waiting with the top is say some of this agreement, we don't even know the truth of the agreement. It's not exposed. Make me and you see say, okay, China will operate this thing for how many years? Then why the training there for Nigerians? So that Nigerians can take over when China they go. So this Chinese loan don't they in a lot of secrecy. So maybe because the National Assembly finally don't they do what they're supposed to do. Remember, say there was a time National Assembly tell and say, look, this loan we don't understand them again. But again, now after you don't approve loan, they say you don't understand the loan. So it become problem. So Chinese don't they draw back now, begin to look say, these people they be approve one loan one time. After the National Assembly come, they say no, may they come back again. So I think that fear don't they enter their body. Say, wait, these people if you can't stop this our loan. So we need to begin to know how we want to go about it. After all, we don't do 2 or 3. And the problem is, say, if you bring another person come to implement this way when Oga Amechi they talk now, they don't already sign an agreement with China saying that then go finish that road. So if they bring another person they go come that legal issue and go become enter there.
But they not complete the funding because in a breach of contracts.
Well, that one go to court of law. And now the project goes suffer. You remember I said we get such project now for the Mambila Plateau project, yes, power project.
Yes,
now law. Now because you must pay me, I don't sign an agreement with you. Remember the P&D when we have to pay some amount of money. So all those things, when you don't sign law, you need to look for a reasonable reason to say this thing don't will no one continue. But for now, well, like I said, now let them know the kind of contract when they sign.
So, looking at the facts that you talk about contracts, and they always get repercussions if person breach contracts. Shane, at this point now, Nigeria no fit hold China based on say they just won't pull out of giving us the loan. Because now we don't look for an alternative for getting say, okay, we don't sign contract before. We not fit do that kind of thing.
You don't say Nigeria, the way when they work, the way our government they work. If they want construct, they want give you contract for road construction.
Yes.
They go first give you the contract first. Tell you the duration of the contract first before they tell you you come with design.
So did they give you contract before you see design?
Ordinarily, before you take contract, go Federal Executive Council. You supposed to do open bidding.
Sure.
You supposed to get the design. You supposed to know the duration. You supposed to do all those things. Then when you award them, now you go Federal Executive Council. Say, we don't award this project. But when you will see for Nigeria, you say, when you go Federal Executive Council meeting, you go say, so project have been awarded. After that one, you will come see for paper. Then they ask me people will come. So now there you see when you come say contract was supposed to be 2.8 billion, don't become 3 point something billion. So now the challenge when we get. So sometimes we don't act before we don't think, say, wait, we don't go far. Minister now they desperate to finish this project before it tenure end. He may not even look the contract to until he come bring on that person say Standard Chartered one day, Standard Chartered God realize say Chinese ends on back to get agreement. Wahala go start. Then that project go stop.
Oga Mokhtar, I believe say you talk something about the terms. For every contract to go on, there must be terms and conditions. Yes, we know say for a long time, Nigerians they cry, say, wait, no, not show us the terms and conditions of this agreement between China giving us loan to complete the railway. Now, may we go to the politicking angle of this very stopping of funds which China talk. Now, looking at their tenure is supposed to stop within some few months from now. How they intend to finish this very project? Shey, you not think say maybe not because they don't see and say they're not going to finish and before their tenure end, they get to bring up a reason for Nigerians that to believe say, okay, see the reason why we not finish them, or you not spy them from that angle, from the politicking side.
It dey among, but you see the problem we get for Nigeria as a nation, we say every government want take glory. Once it comes to a project when go affect the generality of Nigerians, it's not supposed to be project when one administration supposed to finish. If you want to do rail project, you know they do and become you take the glory. Remember, say this rail project when they make noise about self, not be then start up.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's supposed to run like for 5 years, 10 years. If you really want to do project when go benefit everybody, you need to look at the best possible technology, and it go take time. This project when they do, look at the trains now when they carry, or not be the modern of the moderns of the moderns.
Yes, no.
Exactly.
Yes, no.
So there's a challenge there. Now, personal glory is not supposed to come to this matter. If you do project reach one place and you know say your hand clean, you go leave and make the next person come continue. But for Nigeria, because a lot of things don't happen behind the scene, if on that person come, you go want to do revaluation. Before you know that project don't become on that amount of money.
Okay, so Mr. Motari, they want matter wey be say they bites me concerning the cost of the loan wey be say they take. That is the interest rate at about 2.5, 2.8, benchmark of interest loan yearly. No be say now, in overall. That is to say that, and most of the loans they get about 20 years, of course, and then 7 years grace and all that. So if you say you take Nigeria 20 years to pay back, for instance, that means about 50% interest rate now would they pay for 20 years. You see them as, a reasonable arrangement and deal when Nigeria collect from China.
I hear say you and your colleague they talk am stylishly. Say sometimes when you be beggar, you get where you go get choice. You get where you don't go get choice. As it is, so we not get choice.
At 50% in 20 years.
You see, we not get choice. You know why we not get choice? Because the government don't overpromise. They need to meet. See, now my pikin and your pikin go pay that loan. Because in the next 20 years, I will be Amici. You don't go do governance again. Unless God help them. At least they no one come out. Then see they there till they reach 80. But the fact of the matter is that percentage, when you look and compare, if you want to borrow from Nigeria, you want to borrow from some lenders like IMF or World Bank, it still look good. Now remember, say this project, if you want to do it well, your project get the capability to pay back the loan without even coming from government. Because that is why you talk about PPP, public-private partnership. See, this one where they run go back China, don't go back there. Maybe we look inwardly. Do we have the capability make our own local company take this loan? Make it be saying our own local company and then they borrow through Eurobond to come complete this loan. You go see say transparency go there, profit taking go there. They go pay this loan and they go operate them. They go employ Nigerians. They will bring best facility. But the problem we get because of the tendency, corrupt tendency, and China want enter Africa by all means. Because now that when they did Africa, now they go fight, say they be superpower. You even say US too don't they try to say, look, we don't suffer too much during the last administration of Trump. We too want enter Africa. They don't come home meeting with us. Europe too want enter. Standard Chartered, where one enter now where they come from. Now European bank, and they get American subsidiary. So definitely they see the profitability. Nigeria has too much profitability when it comes to project. That's what they tell government say. Instead of you to always go to borrow money to implement project, make that project sign like collateral. Say this one is my project. You go make so amount of this project. Oh yeah, take them off for the next 20 to 25 years. I don't get to pay anything for you. But remember, say when you employ people, those people go pay tax. When you bring equipment, come, those people go pay tax. So now you the gain. But the problem we get for government say personal glory they supersede national interest. I want to make sure say during my tenure, now me finish the project. I want to make sure say we make something inside them. I want to make sure say, look, railway project not be my project. Oh.
Yes, sir.
You need to sit down. If say this government say, okay, for the first four years, we don't calculate, we don't do our due diligence, we don't do everything. Now this last 4 years, now we go start construction. Nobody will go finish up. but we'll give you the best of the best. It will work.
Now,
Okay, so what we
now-
even look at, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, so we never still x-ray some of the reasons why China they stop this funding now. We never still look at what be the possible things when we just make China pull out, knowing fully well say they must just sign an MOU from the initial stage.
You see, I don't tell one thing. You say the House of Representatives, the Senate don't begin to choke eye for the matter.
Yes.
Say, look, this is our Chinese loan. We want to know some information. Want to get some information about this loan. How this loan they come. Now, in terms of funding, Abi, would they pay them money? Abi, then they bring in their own money. But you go realize, say, when you look at Chinese loan, none of Chinese here in the enter Nigeria. Their own part of the agreement are to bring the equipment, and at the cost when they put for that loan, now you go pay.
Now, rather than look that direction to clarify the sudden switch to Europe to go look for money, you not see something.
No,
for
see,
them. The
Europe,
sudden switch, okay,
you
they're
know
not bringing
the
they will
problem
just
is in
change
Europe.
come Europe.
Yes, you know the challenge we say in Europe, transparency they enter. Because if you do anything chua, the government for there will even try you for bribing Nigerian officials. You know the Seaman case. You know the Halliburton case.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes.
So all these things, but for China, now their national bank, now then they do the thing. Nobody say they set up that bank just for the purpose of entering other countries to expand their business venture.
Okay, so Oga Mukhtar, we hear say the Minister of Transportation they talk say no be say China don't even tell them outrightly say they don't want to do again, but they just they delay them. Respond, they no go respond. They just they keep quiet on them. They never tell them no. They never tell them yes. They just keep quiet. But talking about the project, them where would they use and run itself, you feel say would they too stress ourselves considering the one of the project them that this Kanu Niger Republic Railroad and all of that. You feel say some of these projects and they too cumbersome for a country where they borrow money to put money inside.
What you go and say, waiting be the economic variety of Kano, Niger. If you want to do any construction, you go look at the economical side of it.
Okay.
How it go benefit the whole Nigerian region, not be a particular region.
Okay.
And waiting Niger they bring come to the table. Even common insecurity. We and Niger not even agree on how to fight a common enemy. Talk less of waiting will involve money exchange. And we don't see anywhere when Niger they even say they don't give us right of way self. So some of all these things, government know they come tell us. You just come up with one white elephant project. You believe say it go end up to your name. Say the president when he be Katsina, he be construct a railway line as a president from Katsina to Niger.
With borrowed fund, is that valid? Is that it makes
Economically, if you look, make I tell something about borrow. Like IMF talking today.
Yeah.
When it comes to capability of paying our loan, if international organ, if China they give you loan, they know so you get the capability of paying. If you don't get and get the asset, but they know if you collect the asset, maybe we not go that asset side. But you know so you get the capability. Even our oil alone, they know so we go fit pay. Now the challenge be say, waiting that go add to the economy of your people. But you know say for Nigeria, we will first look at what it go add to the political interests
of the people.
of me when I did government before economy.
Before economy of the people.
Like I make a hand like this, like I tell people. I said 2 things make you not play politics with.
Yes.
Your economy and your security. Once you begin to play politics, economy and security, now the masses and even the elite will suffer.
Thank you so much. Don't follow Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed, put smart for talk this morning. Him be a financial analyst. It's a bit breakdown everything we concern money matter. And of course, we just look at the one where be say Oga Minister of Transportation don't come out recently talk say Chinese. No, the answer our call. You know they do us waiting Amaka do to face. Say they agree pick our call again concerning the loans, the way they suppose use complete some of the real projects where we get and we don't look elsewhere. And Oga Mukhtar don't help us break them down the way we supposed to understand. Thank you very much, Mr. Mukhtar.